Why should I use images? Week 2 lesson. The first things we have to ask ourselves about using images in e-learning are, do learners prefer lessons that include visuals and text, or lessons using text alone? Does adding visuals to instructional materials improve learning? And are all visuals equally effective? In today's world, we're constantly being exposed to visuals and imagery every minute of the day. It could be while driving to work, reading through the paper, working over the internet, or watching television. And chances are, many of us don't even realize how much of an impact some of those images can have on us. Education is increasingly seeing images being used more and more in the classroom, in our lessons and textbooks, and by our students in their assignments. And with online learning and the internet, this opens up even more opportunities for using visuals in our course content. However, there's a difference in how you use an image, whether it's complementary or redundant to your course design and course content. It is certainly not a crime to add an image to enhance the look and feel of your course. But before adding an image, ask yourself, what's the purpose of adding an image to this particular area? Would an image help add meaning to the content? Would it help make the course content flow easier? Would an image here be more of a distraction to the learners? Sometimes simple tricks with text can enhance your course design, such as using spaces, bullet points, lines, or different colors to distinguish sections. And don't be afraid to use blank space, known as white space, as this can also help make content easier to view. If you still feel like an image would help break up the content and enhance the course design better than simple text tricks, be mindful of what image you use and how many you add. Too many images can make the course harder to navigate through. You also should be mindful of where you place an image in relation to your content. Adding an image that doesn't relate to the course content may just end up distracting the learner from learning. When used effectively, images can be powerful tools to engage students and enhance learning. They can be integrated into the learning environment as well as into the actual learning content. There are various reasons and learning strategies for using images in your lessons. For example, giving information. You can use an image to give information to students, such as a visual of numerical data to teach a math concept, or photos of people and/or places to give historical information. Also to engage feelings. Use images to engage feelings, motivate someone, or to change an attitude. For example, use an image to promote a cause, motivate someone to act, or enhance creative thinking skills, like writing a story or poem about an image. You can also use images to promote interaction and collaboration skills. Students can use images to support their point in a discussion, use visuals to share a learning experience, or develop collaboration skills by debating about an image and its meaning. Or you can use an image to provide visual context for a topic, such as a diagram labeling parts, enhancing students' understanding of an abstract concept, demonstrate a process using visuals, or even a map to show the relationship of one area to another. You can use an image to motivate and encourage exploration of a topic, such as architectural pictures in a history class as a visual field trip, images of deep sea life in an oceanography class, or visuals of stars and unknown planets in a space science course. You can use images to simulate how something would work, such as how different web technologies work, how something in nature develops over time, or in a case study to demonstrate how the participants performed a certain task. And this is just a few examples of how you can use an image to develop different skills and promote learning. The examples in the previous section demonstrate different ways images can be used in your course content, but this is not limited to your e-learning environment. Images can also be effectively used in a variety of other ways. For example, you can also use images in presentations, either on the web or in PowerPoints, and in web and print handouts using Word or PDF documents. And the same rules apply for these mediums as they do in the online environment. Ask yourself if the image is complementary or redundant to the design of the document and the content of the lesson. Here are several examples of how images can be effectively used in both the online environment and other teaching mediums. When using an image for the web, there are two different formats you should choose from, either a JPEG or a GIF format, and it depends on the type of image for which format you choose. The choice you make for your image format will help determine the end quality of the image, the file size, and how it will display on the web to a viewer. A JPEG image format is best suited for actual photographs of people, places, and things. A picture saved in a JPEG format would look like this. A GIF image format is best suited for images that feature animations or text. An image saved in a GIF format would look like this. You should also remember that the size of the image file is just as important as the format when using an image on the web. Adjusting the size of your image in an application like PowerPoint or Word will not change the actual size of the file. All this does is change the appearance of the image. We will discuss how to properly change file sizes and save images in the correct format in week 3. After reading through this lesson, you should now have a good understanding of effective uses of images in the course design and content, additional methods to use images in, and the best file formats to save images in for use on the web. Till next time!